You know, social media really is the worst thing that's ever happened to celebrities. If they knew it was good for them, the only time we would ever hear them talking is when they're reading lines that somebody else wrote for them. You know, somebody smart. I mean, here's a great example. Unhinged Sopranos star calls for future generations to exterminate Republicans. That's right. I'm going to guess he wrote that all by himself. So here we've got Stevie Van Zandt. He's the actor who played Silvio on The Sopranos, and he used to be the guitarist for Bruce Springsteen. And he tweeted this: "Outrageous doesn't begin to describe the actions of these Republican white supremacists as scumbag cowards and pussies that need guns to feel like real men. Gen Z, Gen Y, and Gen X will unite and exterminate these cockroaches once and for all." See, this is why actors don't write their own lines, because it wouldn't go very well. I mean, first off, this doesn't even make sense. Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen X uniting and what? They're all just going to start killing their fellow citizens? Like the woke Gen Z is going to kill and exterminate the non-woke Gen Z? And he just really thought this was some profound thought that the world needed to hear? And keep in mind, in his mind, he's the good guy, right? The good guy. Yeah, this is something we see a lot from the far left cult these days, is that their empathy translates as homicidal rage. And they seem to think that's perfectly fine. I guess the ends justify the means. I guess you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet, huh? Yeah, that's what the communists say. Well, here's another wonderful tweet from him. He's replying to this one that says, "I wish we could treat each other as the opposition and not an enemy when we don't agree on policies. I get there are crazy things coming from extremists, but that is both sides. We are still and must be in this together." Seems kind of reasonable and sane. It doesn't sound like mass murder, and I think that's a plus. So what did this genius Stevie Van Zandt have to say about that? He goes, "Racism, fascism, gun fetishism, misogyny, homophobia, blah, 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 blah. All these pathologies and more are exclusively the disease of the new Trump-DeSantis Republican Party." Well, he's been paying attention to his MSNBC, hasn't he? Because he's got Trump/DeSantis in there. Because, if you don't watch MSNBC and CNN or read the New York Times, you may not have been aware that Trump was the new Hitler and that DeSantis is the new Hitler, I guess. But anyway, let's see. He's saying all these things are exclusively Republicans. Racism, really? Coming from the people, I mean, he's clearly a far leftist, coming from the people that are obsessed with race, where literally everything is viewed through the lens of race. Coming from the people who talk about the evils of something called whiteness. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's see. Fascism, coming from the people who want to censor everything they don't like and imprison all of their political opponents. Yeah, that's nothing like fascism. Let's see. Gun fetishism. Well, I don't know about fetishism, but 31% of Democrat households have a gun. So I guess by his rules, 31% of Democrats need to be exterminated too, huh? Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Misogyny.
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
Need we say more? Let's see. Oh, homophobia. Okay, yeah, coming from the people who think if a boy's feminine or a girl's a tomboy, they're in the wrong body. Sure. Let's see. Jingoism. Really? Coming from the guy who's got the Ukraine flag in his bio. Sure. Christian extremism. Yeah, there's some other kind of religious extremism that's out there too that they don't seem to talk about very much. That's interesting. Anyway, better not go there. Oh, here we've got pro-Russian treason, of course, because he doesn't know anything, right? Because he was able to go through that whole Mueller thing, right? The whole Mueller investigation and still learn nothing. Because Rachel Maddow never admitted that the whole thing was bogus from the start. So how would he know? Anyway, again, I really feel like Twitter may not be the best thing for this guy. Not unless he gets himself a screenwriter. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.